Okay, we are doing some smoked buffalo chicken dip. So we had some rotisserie chickens for dinner. There's a bunch of leftovers, so we're gonna turn that into buffalo chicken dip. So we're gonna chop it up, add a whole bunch of stuff, get on this smoker to absorb some of this nice cherry wood we have on here. And I like to do cherry wood because it's a sweeter wood and we're talking about a spicy dip. So it should be a nice flavor profile. So let's go ahead and get our ingredients ready, start chopping up that chicken, and we'll come back when this fire's ready. We're looking for about 350 here. So basically everything's already cooked. So we're just looking for smoke from the wood and to actually melt the ingredients, but we don't need it to cook anything. There's no internal temperature we're looking for, but looking for this grill to get to about 350, and then we'll get everything on and stir it and keep checking. So let's go chop up our chicken and get all our ingredients ready. Okay, so our fire's going. It's definitely not at the temp yet, but you probably see some of the smoke billowing up, and we're gonna make this dip. So obviously we have our leftover rotisserie chicken, so we're gonna chop this up nice. We will be adding, this is about, I don't know, 3/4 of a chicken or a whole chicken. We had two, we ate parts of both, so there's a good amount of meat here. We're gonna be using quesadilla cheese because it melts really nicely. We are going to be using 2 blocks of Philadelphia cream cheese. This is softened, meaning I took it out of the fridge a little while ago. Then we'll be using Frank's Red Hot. You can use whatever sauce you want. I like Frank's Red Hot. I don't have a ton left, so the rest will be Sweet Baby Ray's if I need it. We'll be using some ranch. This will add some creaminess because, this cup of cream cheese will be nice and creamy dip. And then we have Meat Church Holy Voodoo. We're gonna season this chicken a little bit before we go ahead and get it all mixed up and ready to go. So right now, what I'm gonna do is chop this chicken up. We'll get it in the container. We'll get all our ingredients in this tinfoil tray. And then this tinfoil tray is gonna go right on there, let everything melt and come together nice and absorb some of this smoke. I'm assuming it'll be half hour, an hour, something like that. So enough time to absorb some smoke. We put a couple big chunks on there. The fire will be nice and hot, so they'll burn up pretty quick. And then we'll get it all mixed up and dig in. So right now I'm gonna chop, and then we'll start to add the rest of the stuff. Okay, we chopped it up. You see that I cut it into pretty small pieces. It doesn't need to be perfect, but the smaller the better, right? You're going to be dipping chips into here and stuff. You don't want giant chunks to screw that flow up. The other thing you notice is I took the skin off. The skin has a lot of flavor, which is nice, but the problem is it's chewy, right? So you're going to be dipping and get weird chewy texture, and that's not what we're working for here, right? We want creamy with nice bites of chicken in there. We don't want something that's in your mouth you have to genuinely chew, which is what would happen if we left the skin on. So the skin's off. This chicken's all chopped up. I could be here for a week and a half getting it perfect, but this is good enough, right? It's dip we're talking about here. So now we are going to add the other ingredients. So I'm going to portion this off so you can get an idea of the ratios. So this is a little less than half, and it's filled to the brim here. This is a Costco foil pan. These things are fantastic. And now we're going to cut up our cream cheese and then add the rest of the ingredients. Actually, before I do that, we're going to season this chicken with Voodoo. This Meat Church Voodoo is phenomenal. So it's spicy, but it's not overpowering. And what I really like about it is it's spicy with flavor, meaning, you know how you get some stuff and it's just hot for the sake of being hot, and you taste it, it burns your tongue, but there's not really a lot of flavor. It's just hot. It's like hot. That's not what this is. There's a lot of flavor here and there's some spice, but it's not overpowering, but you do taste the spice. You don't just get hot. So we'll cut up this cream cheese and then start to add the rest. So this should give you an idea. Now we're going to add the sauces up, but this should give you an idea of the ratio. So it's almost 2 parts chicken to 1 part cream cheese and 1 part shredded cheese. Probably a little more, meaning there's more chicken than the cream cheese and the shredded cheese. But now we'll go ahead and we'll get these somewhat combined. We still have to add our sauces, but we'll get these somewhat combined just to get a little more even. It's not perfect, it's not even close. Let's get our buffalo sauce on there. that is not enough. So that's where the sweet pepper raise comes in handy. We're just going to go ahead and pull that out and dump it on. Okay, and this is up to you, right? How much buffalo flavor do you want? What buffalo sauce is your favorite? Obviously, that is all entirely up to you. But I just want a nice healthy coating is what I'm looking for. So that's not a measurable quantity. But you know, when this is all mixed up, I want it to be like creamy red, which is also not a color, but you get the idea. So I want it to be red from the hot sauce, but I don't want it to only taste like hot sauce. That's why I've added these other flavors, and that's why we're gonna mix it up nice. The cream cheese will add some creaminess. The ranch, which I actually don't really like ranch that much, but in this it's great. That'll add to the texture, and that'll add some nice flavor and cut the buffalo. And I love buffalo. I don't need it cut because it's too spicy. But I also, you know, if I only wanted to taste buffalo, I would just dump buffalo sauce and chicken and be done with it. That's not what we're going for here. So we'll get this mixed up a little more. And we're going to have to mix it when it's on the smoker anyway. But, yeah, we'll get this somewhat even. So let's go ahead. I think our grill is pretty much at temp. And again, we don't have to cook this. It just has to melt. This is all cooked. This chicken's cooked. Cheese doesn't need to be cooked. So we're good here. But I'm going to get this on the grill, on the Kamado, and we'll check back in 15-20 minutes. And there's some really nice smoke. I'm going to move you. There's some really nice smoke coming out of here. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but that's good, clean smoke. That's from the... That smoke is from the cherry wood chunks we have in there, and we want this to absorb that smoke. So we'll go ahead and get this on. Absorb some of this good smoke, and then we'll come back in a bit and mix it up and make sure it's melting properly. All right, let's check on this. It may need some stirring, but we'll go ahead and check on it. Nice good blue smoke. It's coming along. Let's go ahead and, okay, yeah. So this is coming along nicely. I'm gonna stir it up here, get it as incorporated and as mixed in as possible. And then we'll leave it on for a little longer until it is fully melted, and it's, you know, much closer to a dip than it is now. But it's definitely coming along nicely, and this cream cheese is really starting to melt. So we'll I'll stir this up, and then we'll come back in a few minutes and check on it again. All right, let's check on her, and I think we are done. So yes, we're definitely done. So this is dip texture. I'm gonna take it off. We'll give it another mix, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dig in. This is a nice, easy, this is about a half an hour total, maybe. So it's nice, easy cook. I always have leftover rotisserie chicken, whether we buy it or if I do it on here, there's always leftovers. So this is a nice, easy way to go ahead and get that cooked, that chicken all, you know, mixed up into some nice dip and change it up for you. Especially every Saturday I watch UFC. I invite some friends over and I always cook something. This is a nice addition to that lineup. One quick tip here: keep in mind, in this sort of cooking style, a lot of the sugar in the buffalo sauce will cook off. So your buffalo sauce is going to end up a little spicier than you're used to. All right, so if your buffalo sauce is perfect or a tiny bit too spicy, just remember it's going to be even a little spicier than that once you put it in here, because some of the sugar is going to cook off. So either way, this came out great. If there's not enough buffalo sauce, add more now. That doesn't, you know, the whole point of doing it on the smoker was to get some of the, you know, this nice cherry smoke flavor into the cheese and into the dip itself. Anything you want to add from now on, you can just add after and mix it in. Like I said, we didn't need to cook anything. It was just a matter of getting everything melted and absorbing some smoke. So nice quick meal. You can definitely do this with turkey once you have all those leftovers for Thanksgiving. But if you have any questions, comment down below. If there's any tips you have for me, let me know. I'm always willing to mix it up and learn from others. So I'll, you know, like, subscribe, feel free to comment, and I'll see you guys soon.